Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. First of all, I'm sorry for the delay. I promised this video back in May, but I never really got around to making it because I had to wait for submissions, and some submissions didn't go very well, and then the WeTransfer links expired and it was a little bit of chaos. And then I got busy in my own personal life, so I've really only started to get around to this video today. But anyway, welcome to this top 5 PvP and World vs. World clips video. I've gotten around 10 to 15 submissions. I very much enjoyed watching all the clips, but I had to make a decision, and these were the 5 that made it into the video. They're quite diverse, all different classes, and there's some very good ones in here. So I would say let's get straight into it. We are starting off with Dragonbane, who sent in his submission of his Reaper World vs. World clip. He's fighting a Dragonhunter and immediately gets an 8k Axe 2 off, and then finish him off with a 10k Shroud 4 and some Shroud auto attacks. He also has the Wells equipped, which he immediately places upon the Dragonhunter. The Scourge isn't too smart and walks into the Wells, and then he finishes the Scourge off, which ran into the fight with Lich auto attacks. And as a Reaper, I just kind of felt obliged to put in at least one Reaper clip, and I very much enjoyed this one because it was quick and dirty, and it did a lot of damage. So in this next clip we have Acro playing a Power Mirage in World vs. World as well. In this clip he's playing against a Scourge and a Hollowsmith and instantly bursts the Hollowsmith down, which with an amazing burst. He unfortunately gets feared by the Scourge, so retreats a little since he's half health. He's unable to stop the res. He could have used Torch 5 there and gotten the days off, but that didn't really go too well. He then continues with Greatsword auto attacks, which do a surprising amount of damage, and get the Scourge down again. Messes up the Greatsword 2 burst on the Hollowsmith. At this point, a warrior has also joined the fight, which is focusing Acro. The warrior is going to try to res the Scourge, but takes a lot of damage from the Greatsword. And at this point, Acro is just kiting, using a lot of Greatsword auto attacks to keep the pressure on. The warrior also gets down again by another sword burst. He teleports in, uses Torch 4 to be stealthed, and then gets the stomp off on the warrior. At this point, he's quite pressured, so he's forced to run away for a little bit, but gets chased by a druid. The Greatsword 4 puts a lot of damage onto the druid. It's a Condi druid actually. He gets the Greatsword number 2 off, but it's still quite pressured, so uses Jaunt and the Mirage Sword Leap to create some distance. And at this point, all of Acro's cooldowns are up, and then finishes the druid with a quick Greatsword burst. I decided to include this clip as I hadn't seen much Power Mirage gameplay because Mirage was absolutely nerfed to the ground a while ago, so I quite enjoyed watching this clip and thus decided to include it. For our next clip, we have TheRedX playing a Greatsword Dagger Axe build on Spellbreaker. This build is quite unusual, and I thus also decided to include it because the clip itself is quite nice. It's a 2v1 versus a Revenant and a Deadeye. Once the Deadeye emerged from stealth, he used Bull's Charge in it to CC him, and also gets the Spellbreaker chain onto the Deadeye, which is extremely useful, so he could not use Shadow Refuge. He then downs him using Arcing Slice from the Greatsword and applies pressure using 100 blades, which means that the Revenant is not able to get the res onto the Thief. He then continues to apply pressure on the Revenant while the Thief is rezzing. He's at this point left to fight the Revenant, which uses his heal, but he quickly cancels 100 blades. He uses Bull's Charge again to get a lot of 100 blades pressure in, and finishes off the Revenant with Greatsword number 3. And I decided to include this clip because this was more of like a damage Spellbreaker kind of build, which I very much enjoy watching. The damage can be absolutely insane, and it was just quite a nice 2v1. Then on number 4, We have Flor playing Spellbreaker as well, and he's being chased by a guild group on the World vs. World Borderlands. I don't know what Flor did to make this guild group so mad, but they're very intent on chasing him, so he is doing a good job and manages to jump to, I think this is where the jumping puzzle is, and manages to jump here by first jumping and then using his dagger leap. One Spellbreaker also manages to follow him here together with a Scourge, but the Spellbreaker jumps off for some reason, and the Scourge quickly gets down by Flor. He stomps this Scourge and basically hangs out on this little area because he obviously doesn't want to get killed by the guild group. However, the guild group also slowly starts to teleport away and has decided to give up. However, the Spellbreaker, which jumped onto this platform earlier, decides to come back, and as you can see, Flor decided to equip the kick utility skill, which will be extremely useful here to just to kick this Spellbreaker off to the side. If I see that correctly, the Spellbreaker comes onto the platform because he's equipped a sword and used the sword leap. And with Hammer, he stuns Flor, but Flor stun breaks and then kicks the Spellbreaker off the edge. I quite like this clip because it showed the use of terrain and the utility skill swapping in order to get the upper hand. And then lastly, the #1 clip which was sent in is by Tomas Storm playing a Dragonhunter in PvP. The quality of this clip is quite bad, but basically you see him playing against a Soul Beast. He teleports the Soul Beast using Sword 2, knocks him off using Sword 5 and Longbow 3, jumps to the other side, and then uses F1 to pull the Hollowsmith down into the edge as well. And this clip was just phenomenal since it showed him managing to push 2 people down into the gaps and then get upper buff. So that was it for the top 5 clips. Again, sorry for making you all wait so long. Tomas Storm is the winner, and as promised, he will be getting 50 gold for his clip submission. I still have the Google account open, so if you have any more clips to send, I would love to do a second round of this, if I'm able to get enough clips, of course. So if you still have any good clips that you want to submit, please submit them to top5gw2@gmail.com, and I might include them in the next compilation of this series. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed watching these clips. I had to work with what I got, and I'm quite happy with the result of it. And hopefully I'll be able to make another part 2 of this series. So thank you guys very much, and have a nice day. Bye bye.